Welcome to my review of a LEGO Star Wars set that I cannot believe exists in the Battle Droid with Stap. Set number 75428
with 1,088 pieces. It has a staggering retail price of $140. Now, the box art looks very cool, admittedly. Like, it definitely looks like it might be worth $140, but I have this gut feeling that as soon as I unbox and build it, it's not going to feel like it's worth $140. So we're going to find out, of course, in this review. But man, the rolling planes of Naboo do look really cool there, and it does really sell it to me, honestly. You've got the Darth Vader blue box key art, looks nice. You got the Battle Droid just standing on his own on the side of the box, so it does show that this set can kind of do a couple of different things, which is going to be very nice. The back of the box is killer with this shot of Theed, and you can also see there's a little bit more included than we saw on the front of the box, which is a little promising. Now, let's go ahead and unbox this one. Cutting into the box and pulling out the contents, you're going to find bags numbered 1 through 10. 1 through 4 are for the Battle Droid, and 5 through 10 are for the Stap and stand. You've also got a very small sticker sheet and a very normal LEGO Star Wars instruction manual. Let's take a look at the included minifig. It's a Battle Droid! Alright! We also get a backpack, which is nice. A lot of people always asking for Battle Droids to get some backpacks, so because this is a Phantom Menace Battle Droid, it is really nice to see that he does have a backpack specifically for him. I really love the design for the minifig scale Stap. I think it's a really solid improvement on 2024, and there's a lot more changes than meet the eye between the two of them. It looks great in the brown color. It's got all the details you could want at this scale, and of course the ability to have the Battle Droid grab onto the handlebars and ride it around. And you can actually display this Stap on the display stand with the plaque, which is really cool. So you can do it like that, and then they also give you the option, of course, to take the Battle Droid off and place him on the stand by himself without the Stap. And when you do that, maybe you want him to hold a weapon. And so on the back of the display card, they've got a few clips. One of them holds a straight arm, and the other one holds his blaster, and that will allow you to swap out his arm and have him hold the blaster as he stands next to the display card. Really, really cool and thoughtful of the LEGO Star Wars designers in this particular case to have the Battle Droid be this flexible when it comes to the way you're displaying it. Like, it seems like such an easy thing to just throw the Battle Droid on the Stap, throw him on there, and not even think about it, but they really thought about it. They're like, hey, maybe someone out there wants to have it in a different orientation, and then they went that extra mile to provide that. So I think that's really dope. Now, the display card itself, very detailed, looks really cool with the blue Battle Droid and Stap build on there. It's a single troop aerial platform, which I was not aware of that was the full name, but that's really cool. And then you've got some basic information about the Stap, nothing too incredibly detailed there, but as a display card, it definitely does the job. Just really cool display bit overall. And it gets even cooler because all of this is going to attach to the stand for the Battle Droid with a third clip kind of on the bottom middle of the display card, and so that can then be attached to the very front of the Battle Droid with Stap's display stand. It just clips right in, works great, looks wonderful when it's attached, but of course you still have the option to leave it detached if that's what you want to do. So I feel like that covers everything about the display card and the Battle Droid minifig. Now it's time to talk about what you're probably really spending money on this set for, the Battle Droid and Stap buildable characters. I wanted to start by showing you kind of the big picture on this Battle Droid first, so that's going to include a size comparison to the 2024 Droideka, in which the Battle Droid feels too tall, or I guess likewise, the Droideka is too small. One way or another, these definitely don't scale well to one another. In some cases with buildable characters, they can perfectly be in scale with one another. This, unfortunately, is not one of those cases, so I do consider it to be a downside of either set. Really, it doesn't matter which set. They just aren't in scale to one another. It would be cooler if they were in this case. So now you've seen the Droideka next to it. I want to show you all the posability it has. It's got a lot of joints. It makes great use of ball joints and some hinge pieces to allow it to be very mobile. So you've got the ankle joints first and foremost, which can be a bit finicky and feel like they're going to give out sometimes, but they work. Then for the knee, it's just kind of straight forward and backwards, just like a real knee, I suppose. There's a little bit of left-right give, but really not a lot. It's really on rails to keep it forward and backwards, which is good. And then the hip joint is somewhere where you're going to get a lot more motion out of forward and backwards. Can look like he's about to kick something. So kind of cool there with the Battle Droid. And again, they try to keep it maxed out so you don't end up doing the splits with your Battle Droid, which is nice. Next, we've got the shoulder joint, which is probably the most free joint on the entire character. Can really do anything with that one. Huge range of motion. And then the elbow joint is just, again, straight up and down. There is no side-to-side motion on that at all. When it comes to the head, It can move forward, backwards, all the way around in a lot of directions. It's also kind of on a free moving ball joint. And then the neck just below that can move forward and backwards a little bit too. So there is a ton of posability with this figure, almost in a way too much, because it can be tough to get it to pose in a way that looks perfect to you. But I think if you're really good at posing like action figures, you might have some luck with this one. It's just not a strong suit of mine. Now I got to discuss the detail on this Battle Droid section by section, and it would feel wrong not to start with the head, which I feel like is the most controversial part of this set, outside of the price, of course. And it's just a bit of an odd shape, mostly because it doesn't taper down. Obviously, it's brick built, and the bricks that they have don't match the shape, or at least they didn't use small enough ones to match the shape. Either way, it didn't work out in the best way possible, I think, especially because it's this flat nose. It looks super awkward to me. I definitely don't love the face on the Battle Droid. The rest of it is going to, fare much better in my eyes. Oh, by the way, this is printed, but they do always print or have to print pieces like this, but it's certainly a positive that that piece at least is printed. You're not going to get that same luxury elsewhere on the droid, as you'll find out. I think the backpack design on this one is clearly really excellent looking. Gotta love the antennas on top, using a wand piece and kind of a more normal antenna looking piece. Nice design, nice curves, no studs, like gotta love that kind of stuff, except the giant sticker in the middle. Why print a piece so that the tan matches when you can make a poorly colored cheap sticker that no longer matches the color of the rest of the set? Yeah, absolutely lovely work there by Lego Star Wars. Cheap and nasty. $140 set, by the way. Can't get a printed 2x2 tile on the back, so that's absurd to me. The backpack has a little bit of give to it just because of the way it's connected with hinges, so it's not like connected, I guess, at the top. It's just these hinges in the middle there. And then on the right side, you're going to find a little clip because he actually is holding a droid blaster. That's crazy. That looks really good. I think for the scale, it's really fantastic to see a actual like droid blaster build just attached with the one black clip there. So it's really easy to take out. You just kind of pull it away from the hand, and there we go. So with that blaster removed, there's that clip right next to the backpack that you can actually clip this thing onto, and so it can be stored on the back of the Battle Droid, and that's obviously going to be great for when we want him to ride on the Stap, which we're getting to, but there's still more details to explore on this Battle Droid. So the chest, I think, looks great as far as the design goes. Got a little bit of dark tan mixed in, kind of mixes up the color a little bit. I don't know if it really should be dark tan or not there. It's really the only dark tan on the entire design, so probably not. I guess there's a little bit at the back of the head, but still, not much dark tan. The big issue, though, is the sticker again. Just completely off color. Looks horrible. Just really $140 set should be printed. No excuses. It's not like I even had a minifig in this set that had printed parts, It's a Battle Droid. So you could just print all these other parts too, and it's probably the same as what it would cost if you had a minifig. It's kind of wild to me. But yeah, I think the chest design looks great. Nice brick built design. Looks really solid all the way around. And then we get to the arms, which also, I just think they did a great job with it. I don't love the talons, the fingers. I don't know. The fingers I don't like, but they work, I guess. It gets the job done. I try not to look at them. They look better when he's holding the weapon anyway. Moving down to the hips here, everything's looking pretty good until you look at the thighs, in which case you're going to find another massive miscolored sticker. And, I don't know how many times I have to repeat. $140 set should be printed. And the rest of the legs also looking pretty good. And you'll find some kind of oddly placed studs on the back of the feet. But they're there for a reason. And that reason is the Stap. I don't know what makes me feel this way, because there's a lot of more modern pieces on this Stap build, but it feels like it's something straight out of 2008. It's an absolute classic banger feeling build to me. Like, it matches General Grievous's vibe from 2008. So I love the build. Like, let me get that straight. Absolutely awesome on the Stap. Just overall, top to bottom, great job. Obviously, it does need that stand to be able to stand up, but if you so choose, it is removable from the stand. So if you wanted to play with it, that's absolutely an option, which is great, I guess, to have. It doesn't take anything away to add that in. The cannons on top of the Stap are extremely sharp looking, and there's a lot of great building techniques to get this shape to be as perfect as it looks to me. I also got to point it out again, $140 set. You got a nice discolored sticker on top again, end. So wonderful job from Lego Star Wars being cheap. You've got the handlebars, which we'll come back to because that's where the Battle Droid is going to hold on to. What I would call kind of the neck area of the Stap is nice and sturdy. You've got some bricks and some Technic kind of leading up to the top of the Stap there, and that is going to hold everything in place nice and well. Then getting a little bit lower, you've got the engine intake, and those are actually printed, so that's really fantastic to see, kind of spinning up those fans. And then there's also the back side of that also printed, just on some larger pieces there, just a bit of a different design, but it looks really great seeing that. That's nice and accurate looking. And then you get a little bit lower on the Stap. You've got kind of the area for the feet of the Battle Droid, kind of where it's going to connect when we put it on at any moment. And then you've got like this little platform there below that. And then, yeah, the overall just, it's so clean and sharp and thin, and the design is just so beautiful all throughout. Like, I could gush over it all day. I love the Stap build, but what really brings this Stap build to life, because a Stap on its own is kind of boring, is the ability to actually put the droid on the Stap, which is what we're going to do. Holy crap, I caught that. Step 1 of attaching the Battle Droid to the Stap is going to be attaching his hands. And so if you were wondering why his hands felt like it was missing a finger, it's because that's where the clip is actually supposed to attach onto the hand. Otherwise, you couldn't attach him to the Stap. So a very necessary oddity on the hand of the Battle Droid there. The other thing you've got to do, of course, is attach the feet onto the bottom of the Stap, and this is going to really give you the strength to stand him up, because otherwise he's really sagging and looks like he's going to fall off. So there we go. Get those attached on. And depending on how you did it, it could look like this, and you can just lift the droid up into a more proper position for piloting the Stap so that it looks more normal. So yeah, there you go. Look at that. Just so beautiful with the droid on the Stap. I can't say I think this set is worth $140, but it does something that not a lot of Lego Star Wars sets feel like they do today, and it's just got that aura about it. It's got that coolness factor that a lot of the downsized sets don't have. This set feels like it came out in 2007, 2008 alongside that epic MTT. Obviously, the stickers aren't great, and the shaping of the face on the Battle Droid isn't great, but everything else about it, the size, the design, the feel, I mean, shoot the box art, right? That's a 10 out of 10 box art there. So it's kind of the complete package outside of the couple of things that I've mentioned I have issues with in this review, of course. So I really like it. I'm willing to look past a couple of things there. The price, obviously going to be harder to look past for most people. I think $100 should be the price for this set. I wouldn't pay more for it. I think the price will come down on Amazon. I think it's an Amazon and Lego exclusive. So Amazon, it very likely will have like a Prime Day sale or a Black Friday sale that's going to be like kind of feeling dirt cheap. And that's honestly probably Lego's intention with this, with its already high price, is to discount it at some point. So I would hold out for that, but I think if you do end up getting the set, you won't be disappointed in it. It's really, really cool. Let me know your thoughts on it in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. You can check out more Lego Star Wars 2025 set reviews on the end screen now.